Hjärtligt välkomna till ett nytt avsnitt av Studio AIK Live. Idag har vi med oss AIKs nyförvärv Giannis Pittas. Welcome here.
Hello, thank you very much.
Hello. How is your Swedish?
Not at all. I cannot speak.
How many words do you know?
Välkommen is welcome.
Yeah.
And tack, thank you.
Good.
Maybe this.
Well, two. You can add some more in your time.
I'm trying.
Good. You were presented as an AIK player in the end of July, and you've played 4 games for the club now. How's your first time in the club been?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good until now. I'm really happy for my decision to be here. Maybe it's not the best time right now for the club, but I'm here to help the club to reach back where it belongs to. And until now, what I found in the club, I mean, everyone, teammates and supporters, everyone who is around, shows me how big is the club. So I'm really happy to be here.
Mm. Yeah, have the club matched your expectations that you had before you came to the club?
I think they have the expectations I had were lower than what I found. So I'm really happy because I think the club has matched more than what I expected.
Mm. In what way do you feel that you've come to a big club?
Yeah, of course, having a team that in the lowest position, first of all, and the fans are like sold out every game, you can see that they love the team, the passion of the team, and you see that a team that has fans, it's normally a historical team. You can check the history of AIK. You can see players past here, big players, and generally the history of AIK is there. And a team with fans, it's a big team.
Do you feel that you've come to a good place, like the players-wise? Have they taken care of you since you joined the team?
I'm really happy of every teammate. I think I have problem with no one until now. And I'm really happy because I found a group of, like a family group. And I think that's very important for me and for every player who is in AIK.
Do you hang out a lot with other new players, or?
Yeah, maybe I like 5-10%. I have also Sote that speak Greek, and it's for me easier with him to communicate. And from the first moment, he helped me in everything. And generally, with some new players, I hang more. But I think generally, with all the players, I have a very good communication.
Because you've been playing in Cyprus your entire career until now, when you joined AIK. What were your thoughts when Thomas Berntsen contacted you and tried to get you to AIK?
Yeah, first of all, I checked out about what team we are speaking, about Swedish football. And for me, moving from Cyprus to Sweden, it's a big step for Cyprus. Our nationality is not the best. But I wanted this step. I was searching for this step, and with Thomas, we found a way to make this step possible. And now I'm happy to be here, and I have more goals and achievements to make.
Because you played in the town where you grew up, right?
Yeah.
So you've always been in your hometown, and now you're moving. How did that feel, just to move away from your?
Yeah, it's.
I guess all your friends, your family, everything.
Yeah, it's away from everyone, from family, friends. Everything, first time in my life, away from my hometown, away from what I grew up, let's say. It's not the easiest thing to be away, but I think generally I adapted really fast. I found an apartment, I found everything, I helped me in everything. And I think it's rarely, but I think I'm really happy to be here.
But you didn't stay with your parents back in Cyprus?
No,
you had your own place?
Yeah, of course.
So
it's a long time.
It's not the first time you moved from home, at least?
No, it's a long time ago. I don't stay with parents.
I understand, that's good. Like, what did you know of AIK as a club before you were contacted by AIK? Did you know anything about the club?
To be honest, I didn't really follow generally Swedish football. I didn't know a lot of things. But like I said, checking about AIK immediately in websites, and you can understand it's a big club. And for sure, for me, I would like to play in a team with fans. I would like to play under pressure, and that's what makes some footballs great players. So for me, I think it's a perfect move right now to be here.
why do you feel that you want the pressure?
Because I think makes you a better player, makes you to perform better and to put higher targets as a player. And I think no one, as a professional football player, would like to play with no pressure and no fans. I mean, there's no reason.
No. And how when you searched AIK and you saw the fans and everything around the club, how important was that for you in your decision when you moved from Cyprus to join a club with a big fan base and a lot of supporters?
I really like to play in front of fans, and I really like the pitch to have full of AIK fans, let's say. And for me, it's for sure a 10%, 20% advantage for a decision making when you have a team with big fans, a wonderful stadium like Friends. For me, it played a big role.
Does it motivate you when you're playing on the pitch?
Yeah, I think it motivates every player who wants to play professional football. And I think that's the joy and the reason you play football, to give joy to the fans. So that's very important for us.
Have you ever been close to leaving Cyprus before? Like leaving your club Apollon Limassol?
Yeah, we take this summer for sure. Last summer also some kind of. But generally, I think this summer was the most, I don't know how to say, hot, let's say. I mean, many teams approached, but because also Apollon was asking for a transfer fee, it was not so easy to match it. So in the end, we found a way with AIK.
Because you've scored a lot of goals these last years.
Yeah.
Are you in the form of your life?
I don't know if I'm in the form of my life, but the last years I'm scoring a lot of goals. I helped Apollon with some European qualifications. We won the league after 20 years in Cyprus. And I was playing a big role in this. So my stats the last years are really good. And I'm hoping to increase them here.
What did you improve that made your stats better? Why have you scored so many goals these last couple of years?
Yeah, I think also experience-wise, and also when you're playing a lot of games, I became more like a killer in the box, and I was more focused and scoring in like every chance I have, and that's the most important for a striker. And I think I improved a lot the last years.
We'll come back to your football style and how you want to play your football, but I'm curious now that you've moved to Sweden. How do you like it living here?
I think it's pretty nice. Okay, I heard about winter not so nice, but generally until now everything is really nice. A nice city. I'm also not the guy that hangs a lot of out, so I really don't see this stuff a lot because I like my house, to have a nice house, and I'm more a house guy. But generally until now I'm really happy, and what I find here I'm okay.
I'm also thinking about the new coach for AIK, Henning Berg. He's been coaching a lot in Cyprus, not your team, but two other teams. How did you, when you decided to join AIK, how important was he? Because I guess you knew who he was before.
Yeah, I knew Henning from Cyprus. He had some good seasons. He won leagues with Omonia and some other teams. He spoke to me also before coming here, and that was for sure a big motivation for me. It's really important to have a coach that trusts you. And for me, moving to another country, it was more easy, let's say, to move here because I had also a coach that trusted me. And for sure, he's playing a big role. And I'm really happy because I have a very good relationship with him. And I'm hoping that I will perform, so he's also made the right choice.
Yeah, how has your dialogue been with him since you came to AIK?
Oh, it's really perfect. He just looks up to me to see if I managed everything with living here and houses and cars and everything, because he knows that I'm moving first time. But generally, I think we have a really good relationship as a player and coach, and I would like to continue the same way. And we see in the future.
So AIK is in a tough spot at the moment. It's been a really tough season for AIK as a club, and you, of course, knew that before you signed. What knowing this about the season that Oikos had, how did you think of that when you decided to join the club?
Okay, you can understand that's a very bad season, let's say, this year, and Laiko is not in the position that should be. But for me, it's like a challenge. I'm here to bring the team up, and I think being here in this time that Aiko is in this position shows that I accept, let's say, a difficult challenge, and I'm here to help the team to be back in the top spots. And I wish this year we manage to be in the league, and next year I promise we will challenge for something better.
Because it's can be difficult as a striker, because your job is in a way to score goals, and if you're in a team that's struggling, maybe you're not creating so many chances, and you have a harder time scoring the goals that you want to do maybe for your career in the future as well. What did you think about that?
Yeah, for sure. When I checked first time in Aiko here, you can see they had like 15 goals, and it was like they have less than what I scored last year, and it's and it's like imagine how difficult it is to score. But also, if you take it from the otherwise, imagine if you score here, how happy and how big love you will get from the fans and from everyone in Aiko. So I guess they need someone to score, so that's why I'm here.
And how did you feel when you scored that first goal against Kalmar?
Yeah, for sure. First of all, I liked it because it's nice to start with a goal in a debut, and I felt also like it's the right choice to be here. You feel confident, and like I said, when you're a striker, the most important thing is to put the goal in the net, and that's what gives confidence to every striker in the world.
And then you scored also against Dalkurd in the cup. So you've at least scored 2 goals in 4 games. It's a decent start.
It's a decent start. I think with what I had until now, chances, maybe I should have maybe 1 or 2 more goals I could have. But it's a decent start, and I'm looking forward to make it a perfect start.
Sounds good. So what do you think of Swedish football so far? The 4 games that you played.
Okay, Swedish football I think it's slightly different than Cyprus football. I think it's more tough, more intensity, physical-wise. It's more. Cyprus football can be more foreign players, some more quality, let's say. But it's really tough to play here, and I'm happy to be here because I can improve myself also.
In what way is it tough?
I think first of all, the ball is going up and down all the time, and you need more endurance, let's say. And I think the physicality of the players here, it's a lot more than Cyprus.
Okay. So the ball is more on the ground in Cyprus, you play more?
Yeah, it's more, you have more stoppage of the game, you're relaxing more. Here, I think you don't have a second to think. And in the second, you think something else, you can receive a goal. And the ball is playing faster, and you can see that.
How does that suit your playing style?
I think that's perfect for me because I'm also a fast player, and I like aggressive style, and this style I think will suit me in the future more and more.
And I need to ask you as well, the first time that you played in front of the home fans in Friends Arena, how was that experience?
Okay, I think it's a big experience. I played again in front of many fans, but when you know it's your home pitch, and you know that you will play every week or every 2 weeks in this game, and you know that it's full, and how the fans were, let's say, shouting, and it's wonderful. I'm annoyed because I didn't manage to score in this game and give them the happiness or win this game at least. And I'm hoping to see them on Monday again.
Yeah. How many fans did you usually have in your home games in Cyprus?
Okay, the last year, because we had a new stadium, there's an average of, let's say, 6,000-7,000. So I think if you take the numbers, they are not compared to Sweden.
Okay.
And generally, Cyprus has some fans, but not the numbers of Sweden.
No. But you've also played for the national team in Cyprus.
That's why I said I played in front of many fans, but you know that it's not your home.
No.
Played in front of many countries, top countries. But
and also played in Europe in Europa League, right? And some of the bigger stages out there as well.
Yeah.
But how's it been to represent your national team?
Yeah, okay, representing national team is always an honor, I think, for every player. And whenever I am called, usually always, I try to give my best. And it's you're having experience at big games. Also now coming up big games, and every year you have big games against the big countries, and it's a big motivation for us, a small country, and let's say players to show and to have eyes watching you in such a big games.
Yeah, because it's you've not been the best country so far,
No,
footballing-wise.
no, football-wise. Also in the Cyprus League is underestimating a little bit the Cyprus player.
Okay.
And also nationality is not so good right now. We're hoping to improve this in the future. We'll see.
So, like I said, 4 games, 2 draws against Kalmar, and then we had another draw against a team. Which team was that? I forgot.
Proimokana.
Yeah, exactly. BP, thank you. And we had 1 win against Dalkurd, and then the last game was the loss against Norrköping. What are your thoughts on the last game against IFK Norrköping?
Okay, it's a difficult game to discuss, let's say. You're starting the game with a very early goal, and everyone thinks this is the day we're going to win. But things didn't go as we hoped. We received easy goals, and I think we're putting ourselves in a more difficult situation. But I'm hoping from Monday we will start winning, and that I think with one team and with the fans and the confidence the players will take, I'm confident that AIK will be back where it belongs, and we will start winning again.
Yeah, because you started the game so well. The first 5-10 minutes, you were everywhere. You were close to scoring the corner as well.
Yeah.
And then something happened. What did you feel happened after that?
Okay, when you receive a goal from, let's say, from nowhere, from one cross you receive a goal, then this is a crucial moment that you need to take care, because the other team is taking confidence, and for sure they will press the next 5-10 minutes. And I think it's the most important to stick together with the team in this moment to don't receive. And we received the goal after, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, and it played a big role because we led in the halftime with 2-1 losing. And in the end, until we come out from the second half, we were losing 3-1, and it was so more difficult.
Because AIK has had issues turning games around. When we've been down, it's difficult to turn it back around and go home with the 3 points. What is your take on that? What do you think happens in the team when you're losing?
Generally, when you're losing, it's difficult to handle it, because you're losing your confidence, and the other team is winning the confidence, so they will press more and they will play more free, let's say. And sometimes when you're losing, you need to risk more, so you open up spaces and you need to be careful. But generally, football-wise, sometimes it's also some luck or unlucky. But I think we're trying to fix right now a lot of things. It's not easy, but this is football and this is our job.
What do you feel is the most important factor for AIK to stay in Allsvenskan next season? What do you think the group has to do to come together these last games and get enough points to stay?
First of all, I think right now it's not a matter of good players or quality or whatever. It's just to believe that, let's say, the 11 players, the 20 players that are on the bench, to be a group. And I think the most important right now is to give your passion and your heart in the pitch. It's not about playing good or playing bad. It's about winning right now. So we need to give everything to take the result right now. So I think it's not about playing nice football or making 100 chances. It's about taking the result right now, and we need to be smarter than other games.
What game would you say has been the best for you as a team so far? Which game have you played the best out of the games that you've been a part of?
I don't know. I think generally right now I haven't reached my level.
No.
I'm still not in the top level, so I will be honest. So I'm also not, let's say, full happy with my performance until now. But I think I'm doing decent. but not at what I am expecting, because I'm expecting a lot from myself also, and from the team. I think we can do it much better.
And as a team, which game do you feel that you've been playing the way you want to play?
I think the best is the second half with Kalmar. I think was the best. It's a game that we should win 100%. We had a lot of chances, but okay, this is football, like I said, and sometimes not as you want.
No. Right now, Henning Berg is playing sort of 4-4-2, at least in the defense, and then offensive. It feels like some of our wingers get in the pitch more, and it's not as obvious as a 4-4-2 in defense. How do you feel that suits your play? What kind of formation does fit your style of play the best?
Okay, generally the last 2-3 years, I'm playing 4-4-2 in my ex-team. I was playing like more of a free man, not as a target man like I play here. And that's what, let's say, suits me more, I think. But also as a target man, when you have the feeling and the scoring ability, it should not be a problem to play. And generally in Nike, I think we play the style I like to play. It's just a matter of also the coach who will choose to play, and you need to adapt in the idea of each player, because each player is different.
We have a question here from a supporter from Twitter, and the account is called Öl, which is beer in Swedish. Does he prefer to play alone at the top, or does he want someone to play with him as a striker?
To be honest, I don't prefer to play totally alone. I prefer with the second guy, because many times he will drag players on him. I have a better space on me, and when you give me space, then I should score.
Yeah. And more about you as a player. When you were signed, it was said that you're like a hardworking forward and scores a lot of goals. How would you describe yourself?
Yeah, I think hardworking is a good word to describe me, because I really press nearly every ball. I fight for every ball in the pitch, and I'm a striker who runs a lot. And for sure, I'm more a team player, and I do the job of the team. Sometimes maybe I will not score, but you can see I'm trying for the team. And okay, for sure, if I'm striker, I score some goals to be a striker, and that's my job.
Do you feel sometimes that you're running, like you want to help the team, and then you're running, but you're running away from the goal scoring areas, and that you can stay more closer to the goal and score more goals? Or how does your mind work during the game?
If we take this maybe 2-3 years back, this happened a lot on me, and that's why I said that right now I'm more experienced and a better player and improve and everything, because right now I know better the position that I should be, and I'm smelling more the goal. So I think right now most situations are in the correct place. So if you take it back, you would see a lot of unnecessary runnings, let's say, from my passion to help the team, let's say, or like this. But right now I think I'm playing a lot of smarter, so we will not see that often.
No. But for example, against Norrköping in the game, sometimes it felt like you were isolated on top, that you were kind of alone, and when the balls came to you, had not many players around you that could help you. How did you feel in the game?
Yeah, sometimes this is difficult for me to handle, because also I'm not the biggest striker to keep the balls. So if I don't have some guys near me to fight for, let's say, for the second ball and everything, it's sometimes difficult. But I think also it's about time for also my teammates to learn my play style. And I think game by game I will be getting a lot of more balls from my teammates also. And I think in the end we will match up very good.
What do you feel that you want to develop?
Yeah, for sure I would like to develop more some touches sometimes. And to be honest, I would like to score in every single chance. Sometimes I need 2 chances to score. And to be a deadly striker, you need to score in every chance. And I would like to score more and more with even with a half chance, you need to score. And that's what makes a great striker from a normal striker. And there's a lot of things to improve, but I keep it, let's say, to me, and I'm trying to improve it.
Yeah. How would you, like in comparison to your team in Cyprus, how would you describe the team that you're in now in AIK and the mentality of the team?
Okay, I think the mentality of it's totally different. Two different countries, cultures, and everything is like here. I think it's everything more professional, and how players think here you will not find it in Cyprus, I think. And I'm happy that I find this situation here. And okay, in Cyprus, sometimes you have more experienced players that come from like more old ages, and they're more in the finish of their career. Here, right now, I'm seeing a lot of youngsters, a lot of players that have a big potential, but generally in football, there's so many players in football, so you need to make something more from the other one to have the chance to play in a high level and to improve. So I think in the end, the mentality here is better, and I think there's more potential here for everyone.
Yeah, what do you think of the young players that have come up in the team? Like Taha Jari started against IFK Norrköping. How was it to play with him up during attack?
For them, it's a big opportunity to play in AIK as a youngster. They have big chance to develop and to become big players, but they just need to put their heads down and never rest, because I think they need to work a lot, and by games they will win experience. Some small situations, like I told you, I changed 3 years ago with now, and you need to improve every day in football. If you stop improving, you will not be a great player. But I'm really happy having youngsters that have big potential, and you can see their skills and their opportunities.
Who is your favorite player of all time?
In AIK?
Oh, well, if you have a player in AIK, you can answer. But
you mean generally in the world?
Thinking generally, yeah.
I don't know. It's tough, but I think Lionel Messi, it's another level.
Yeah.
I think he's okay. You compare it always to Ronaldo. I think it's the two best players of our centuries, and it's great to be born in this century and to enjoy these players in football. I think it will be difficult to have this again.
And in AIK?
It's difficult. I really don't know so much about the history of AIK. So right now, my favorite players are my teammates.
Yeah, that's a good answer. You are the first player from Cyprus in the AIK's history as well.
Yeah, that's nice to hear, and I'm here to make history, let's say.
Yeah. Do you have like a role model in football or in outside, someone that you've looked up to, someone that has been important for you during your career?
Yeah, of course. If someone knows, my father played football.
Yeah.
Like 20 years in Apollon. And for sure, having a father knowing about football and having this career, it's really important for me. But generally, I'm a guy who trusts on himself, and I think and I take decisions alone. But I nearly discuss everything with my father, and let's say he's my right hand, but in a good way, and that's very important for me. And okay, I made the step to play abroad. He never made the step, so that's a big difference.
So you've beaten your father in that sense. But because he played in many years in Apollon Limassol, right?
Yeah, many, like 20 years.
Must have been one of the players.
He was one of the best in the decade. Like he was left back, scoring fouls and penalties. He had a really decent goal scoring average.
Okay.
But he had the chance to make the next step, but due to some reasons, and it was different type of days, let's say, in those days, he didn't make it. So he played all his life in Cyprus.
Do you have a nickname?
Pitas? I don't know.
Pitas?
Yeah, it's my nickname, and that's what everyone is using.
Yeah, because I told you before we started this interview that what some people call you here in Sweden, because I told you what your last name kind of means in Swedish.
I guess it's nice. I don't know.
difficult for you to react in any other
No,
way.
I don't know. I cannot do nothing else.
No,
but it's okay. What can I say? It's nice to hear it.
so if you hear people scream some stuff in the stands or write something to you, you will probably more understand why
the reason. Yeah.
they call you a certain thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We manage.
What do you do when you don't play football?
Yeah. Okay. I sleep a lot, resting a lot. Sometimes I use play some games even on my PC or on my PlayStation. Let's say, use a lot of movies, Netflix. But generally, I'm a guy resting a lot. I play with my dog and having a nice time with my dog, my girlfriend, and generally that's my life. I really don't used to go shopping a lot or restaurants. I will do it once every time, but it's not in my usually daily routine.
Sounds like you're really committed to your football. It's like the highest priority right now.
Yeah, it's really the highest priority right now, and I'm a guy who is thinking that I can't do many things when I stop football. So I really try to give the attention on football-wise with hard working in the gym or in the trainings, and generally in the living hours, the rest to be a professional football player.
We had a question from Reidar Tillman. You've answered it kind of before, but you can elaborate if you want to. How does AIK differ from your old club? Like if you compare AIK to Apollon Limassol, how different are the clubs?
Okay, I was, let's say, in a big club also in Cyprus.
Yeah.
But it's different, the meaning of big club in Sweden and Cyprus. Also, I told you the numbers are not compared.
No.
It's different. You can play home here with 30, 40 or 50,000. And in Cyprus you can play with 8. I know it's a more historical team here. And generally I'm hoping that I can make this team again fighting for the top spots, and I really like to be here. I don't know.
We have more questions from some supporters. We have a question from Il Paprik, who has a food-related question for you. What would you prefer to do if you're cooking something with halloumi? Because you know Swedes eat a lot of halloumi.
Yeah, halloumi, it's wonderful. We love it in Cyprus,
yeah.
You know. But I don't know, just I use it everywhere. I don't know specific, but generally I'm not cooking. Okay. So I don't know about cooking, but I think I will eat it with everything.
Okay. You like halloumi?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. We have more questions here from the fans on Instagram. Tim Forsberg, he says, what do you think and what do you hope to contribute to the squad, to the team? And it feels like when we talked about it before, maybe you were really focused on scoring the goals, but have you felt like have you been a leader in your former club?
Yeah, let's say in the former club I was captain, together with the guy that is still captain there. I was like the second captain, and I was like a big role player in my ex-team. And for sure, every time there was a pressure or whatever was first coming on us. So, like I said, it's nice to have pressure, and that's what makes some players great players. And for sure, I'm here because I'm a striker and I can score goals. But also, I would try to give the team things that maybe they didn't have before. And like I said, confidence, or maybe even in the dressing room to put the spirit up. And generally, even without scoring goals, I would try to help the team in the pitch, out of the pitch. And I think that's most important in the end.
We have a question from Laderlappen76. Which was your favorite team when you were growing up?
Okay, because I'm born in Limassol and my father played in Apollon, and generally I lived all my life as a supporter of Apollon. I didn't have the chance to change or something. I played also all my life there, so generally in Cyprus I'm a fan of Apollon.
And did you have any other team outside of Cyprus?
Yeah, for sure. I support United in England.
Yep.
And let's say maybe in Greece, Olympiacos. but not in a level we think I really don't follow so much. I just support.
If we talk about your future, we'll see how long you stay in AIK. What are your dreams? What are you dreaming of in your next step in your career?
I think it's very important for a player to have dreams. And if I say that I want to stay on my career here, I would be a liar. So for sure, first of all, I want to help the team and play in AIK. But if I'm doing perfect seasons or maybe scoring goals and I have the opportunity, I'm for sure dreaming for higher and higher leagues. And that will never stop. And that's why I'm working for.
And what's the highest dream? Is that Manchester United?
Yeah, of course. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. They have the Danish striker Rasmus Højlund now, right?
Yeah.
But he's injured now. But if he doesn't score any goals, maybe there's a slot open for you.
He got 100 million to go.
Yeah, that would be good money for AIK as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, Ioannis, it was fun talking to you. And I appreciate you coming here. And good luck on Monday against Varberg.
Thank you very much. It was nice to be here and hoping to see you again in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okej, vi säger så. Vi är tillbaka med ett nytt avsnitt av Studio AIK Live nästa vecka. På återseende.